Welcome, everybody. My lens. Welcome, guys. I'm going to clean my lens again since my Christmas tree is exploding. Let's see if that works. That's slightly better. Probably good enough. That's okay. I guess if the light's exploding, but I'm not, we're in good stead. Welcome, everybody. Actually, it's probably a little bright today, too. I shall see. Anyway, welcome, YouTubers. I'll get TikTok rolling. TikTok, I got unbanned a moment ago, so that was a good thing. Who knew? There can be good in the world. All right. There we go. Let me get this glasses. I'll adjust my light a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's okay. I think that's okay. Anyway, let me get TikTok rolling, kiddos, and then we are ready. And we'll start talking about the terror attacks, and then we'll talk about Ukraine. Not a ton of Ukraine news, interestingly. Not a ton of news in general today, but there's news. We'll talk about some of it. But as I said, it's not such a huge news day, to be honest, so we shall see. Anyway, my allergies are going. But welcome, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Hello, TikTokers. Welcome back. Hello, YouTubers. Hey, Ash. So yes, the TikTok gods are smiling on us today. That's a good thing. Hello, Katie. Hello, Ash. Happy New Year's, Amanda, and everybody else over at YouTube and TikTok both. Welcome, guys. So I am John Aravosis, as you all well know. Some of you may be new on TikTok. Hey, John S., thank you for the first gift there. Was it DPZ in the UK? You know, we haven't done that in a while. Let's give a quick shout out where everybody is. I'm back. I know. I got unalived today on TikTok, so that's good. I was banished for a minute, and TikTok, in its graciousness, welcomed me back. So I am very happy and thankful. Yeah, give a quick shout out where you guys are from, if you would, and we'll go from there. A girl does not tell her secrets, so I shall not. Was it Life Laka? Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you, Bryce. Well, yesterday was a holiday too anyway. I mean, it was New Year's Day. Thank you, Katie. So A, I was banned for a brief day, so I wasn't very happy. But B, it also was New Year's Day, and I was kind of like tired because it's a holiday. So sometimes I'm just not in the mood to. No offense to you all, but sometimes on holidays, I do like to take a day off occasionally. So yes, where are we all from? See, a lot of Americans. Wales, the land of song. Okay, did not know that. Nigeria. Oh, hey, Abdul Hamid. I've seen you before. I remember your name. Well, good to see you again. I'm pretty sure you're the guy I've seen from Nigeria before. Hope good to see you. Hey, Brian. Hey, Jen. There's talk of us getting snow here in DC on Monday, although once again, it's like 6 inches, 10 inches, 1 inch with rain. It's kind of all over the place, so not entirely clear. So what do you do about that? You know, not much we can do. Thank you, Ron, for the gifts. I think I told you guys I went to we had wonderful Christmas lights at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. I've lived here 40 years, have never gone for the Christmas lights. Thank you, Linka, for the gifts. And finally went, and it was absolutely wonderful. I'm shocked how good it was. Thank you, Adventures. So I'm very happy with that now. Thank you, Chazak. Really well done. Your family moving to D.C.? Well, tell them the Christmas lights at the National Zoo are surprisingly, I'm talking, I've been to several Christmas lights before in Chicago. They're good at the Lincoln Park Zoo and the Brookfield Zoo. They're amazing at the National Zoo. I was quite surprised. Animals hate lights. The animals are inside, so they don't get to see them. Thank you, Alexia, for the gifts. Thank you, Richard. All right, guys, let's get rolling. So welcome. I am John Aravosis. This is my show. I do this Monday to Friday, most days, 6 o'clock Eastern time, U.S. We talk about the latest news from Ukraine. Thank you, Bjorn, for the gift as well, and Richard. We talk about the war in Ukraine. I talk about U.S. news overall, Trump, you name it. Today, I want to start talking about the terrorist attack. Well, terrorist attack or terrorist attacks that we had on New Year's. Really weird stories. They're getting weirder. I would argue that it is clear at this point, thank you, Martin, that one attack was a terrorist attack, and the second one, I'm not convinced anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Iggy. Please do keep the gifts coming, guys. As you guys know, I do this for a living, and your guys' gifts help pay the bills, so please keep them coming on TikTok and YouTube. But so yesterday, there were New Year's Day, there were two incidents that looked like terrorist attacks in the U.S., okay? The first was clearly a terrorist attack now. A man drove a pickup truck in New Orleans, busy crowds in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. At this point, it's, I think, 3 o'clock in the morning, and drives a pickup truck through the crowd to kill everybody. He was, thank you, Katie, and others for the gifts. He, now they say, was former U.S. military, born and raised in Texas, because Donald Trump did try to claim that the guy was an illegal immigrant. That is not true. He was an American, born and raised here, so Trump can't get away with that. Thank you, Katie, for all the gifts. I'm trying to, again, these two different attacks keep confusing me. So we've got the guy with the truck going through the crowd in New Orleans, kills at least 15 people, injures at least 35 people. Clearly a terrorist attack. They now say he was radicalized by ISIS, the terrorist group in the Middle East, former U.S. military, crazy story. They thought at one point he was working with accomplices. Now they say he's working on his own. The second story that I would argue is increasingly looking to not be a terrorist attack is a guy drives up in a Tesla Cybertruck. This guy is actually active duty U.S. military. This guy gets very interesting. So first guy is former U.S. military. Who is that? Who's that with the gift? Thank you, Larissa. First guy is former U.S. military. Second guy is in Las Vegas with the Cybertruck, Trump, the Elon Tesla car. He's current U.S. military, exactly as Will just said. He's special forces. He is currently stationed in Germany, and he's on leave for the holidays or whatever. He's in Las Vegas. For whatever reason, he pulls up in front of Trump's hotel in Las Vegas. And again, we don't know what happened. What we do know is his car caught on fire, started on fire, blew up, right? We're not sure what happened here. It appears there were fireworks in the back of the car. There may have been gasoline as well in gas canisters. The thing catches on massive fire, fireworks going off. He dies, and several people are injured. People were thinking, okay, I was not thinking terrorist attack per se. I was thinking maybe terrorist attack. People were assuming initially terrorist. Well, initially people thought this is weird, like a truck accident, like a car accident. Then they started thinking terrorist attack. Now it gets more interesting. According to the Daily Beast, this guy's family and friends say he was a big Trump supporter. Big Trump supporter, A, and B, voted for Trump just a couple weeks ago. Well, if the guy was a big Trump supporter and voted for Trump a couple weeks ago, it would be weird for him to try to blow up his truck in front of Trump Tower. That's weird, right? Active duty special forces is weird too. Initially, I was thinking maybe this was somebody who didn't like Trump, not that they were planning on blowing up a car, but I was thinking, because think about it, it's New Year's Day. New Year's Day, we set off fireworks in America. It's a weird story. I mean, Lauren's saying it's weird. It's a very weird story. Thank you, Arun, for the gift. On New Year's Day, we set off fireworks like everybody else does around the world. I was thinking some guy who didn't like Trump basically rented a Cybertruck, rented an Elon Musk car, right? You can see where this is going. Rents an Elon Musk car and plans on setting off fireworks in the rented Elon Musk car in front of the Trump hotel, just to be obnoxious, right? But not planning on blowing anything up, not planning on causing fires. That was my guess. Thank you, Ava. I was thinking this was somebody's joke gone bad. Now that we know this guy was a big Trump supporter and voted for Trump, we know, thank you, Ava, for the gift. We know, I say no, within the framework of the information that's out there. Thank you, Marsha. We know that he wouldn't do a practical joke to make Trump look bad. He wouldn't, I mean, it doesn't sound like a big Trump supporter would set off fireworks in a Cybertruck at Trump Tower. It sounds like something you do if you didn't like Trump, right? Right? That's what it sounds like. Thank you, Ava, for the glasses. So I don't know what's going on. This is a very weird story, guys. Thank you, Carl. The authorities are not necessarily linking. I don't think the stories are linked anymore. It was a hell of a coincidence. Now, some people are saying that. I have not seen, let me pull this up. I have not seen definitively the report that the Las Vegas Trump Hotel, people are saying he shot himself. I need to see a real source on that. Oh, AP. Okay. This is just getting weirder and weirder. Associated Press. Soldier shot self in head before Cybertruck exploded outside Trump's hotel. That is absolutely bizarre. I got to tell you guys, this is a weird freaking story. This is a weird freaking story. He's a big Trump supporter, his family said. He voted for Trump. Yet he rents a Tesla. And again, I'm assuming I don't need to make the connection for you guys, but I will. Elon Musk is like Trump's co-president at this point, right? I'm not saying this to be political. I'm just saying it is, clearly. Musk and Trump are like this. You don't even hear about J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is the actual vice president coming in. You don't hear about him. It's Trump and Pence. It's Trump and Pence. I keep calling it Pence. Trump and Musk, right? Side by side. By going to Trump's hotel, by bringing a Tesla, you are sort of implicitly making a political statement by doing that. One that in some way is trying to make a jab at Trump or something. What I'm trying to give you is the most logical. I mean, I've worked in politics forever here, okay? What I'm trying to give you is the most logical explanation, the most reasonable one, because I don't believe in conspiracies, right? I don't believe conspiracies should be the first thing you should think about. Putting aside who this guy is, current U.S. military special forces, big Trump supporter. If you bring a Tesla, you rent a Tesla on purpose, thank you, Ellie, and you bring it to Trump's hotel, and you then kill yourself in that car, and then you light it on fire, you're trying to send a message. I mean, you're not trying to send a positive message, right? Thank you, Christopher. This story makes no sense. I mean, it fascinates me. I mean, as a political person, because it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. If he killed himself, you'd think there'd be a note. Thank you, Ellie, for the gift. This story is just an hour ago, by the way. Associated Press. The highly decorated Army soldier inside a Tesla Cybertruck packed with fireworks that exploded outside Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas shot himself in the head just before detonation, authorities said. The explosion caused minor injuries to 7 people, but virtually no damage to the hotel. He was, who is this? Thank you, Running. Thank you, Linka. Damage from the blast was mostly limited to the interior of the truck because the explosion vented out and up and didn't hit the Trump hotel doors just a few feet away. The level of sophistication is not what we would expect from an individual with this type of military experience. Okay, that's interesting, said a special agent with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. So the first point, the sort of FBI, I believe the ATF is part of the FBI. Am I correct, folks? I think it is. Or it's its own separate agency in justice. But Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, he's saying that with this guy's military experience, this was almost not sophisticated enough. It didn't make sense, right? That he would have done something more significant than this had he intentionally been trying to set off a bomb. Thank you, Harry. A little more here. It's not lost on us that it's in front of the Trump building, that it's a Tesla. But we don't have information at this point that definitively tells us or suggests it was because of this particular ideology, a local Las Vegas special agent in charge said. A handgun was found at the feet of the man in the driver's seat. He had returned from an overseas assignment in Germany and was on approved leave when he died. A law enforcement official said investigators learned through interviews that he may have gotten into a fight with his wife about relationship issues before he rented the Tesla and bought the guns. Among other charred items found inside the truck were a second firearm, a number of fireworks, a passport, a military ID, credit cards, an iPhone, and a smartwatch. The guns were purchased legally. This is crazy. This story makes no sense, guys. I really don't. I don't get this. I don't get this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I really don't. I mean, this is like one of the weirdest stories out there. Again, he shot himself in the head. So it would be quite a coincidence if you went to kill yourself in front of Trump Tower in a Tesla. Thank you, Marsha, for the gift. And your battery malfunctions and the car blows up. I mean, come on. That's right. Literally right after you kill yourself, your battery blows your car up. I mean, that's like something out of a movie. And if it wasn't a movie, you would say that makes no sense. That just sounds fantastical, right? That sounds ridiculous, like Fantasyland. So I don't think so. I think there's right. PTSD. I mean, Jane says he could have PTSD. It's very weird. It's very weird. I think the truck blew up on purpose. I don't think it was by accident. But again, what doesn't make sense is the authorities are saying that, putting the fireworks and maybe gasoline in the truck was so rudimentary that it didn't make sense for somebody with this guy's military background. He's much more adept at doing this kind of thing. So he would have done something much more significant. What do you guys think? I'm very curious because this doesn't make, again, the first one, the guy was radicalized by ISIS is what it appears. That makes sense, right? Very easy to understand. This doesn't make sense to me. It was not Mossad, no. No, it was not staged by Mossad, no. Again, if Mossad wanted to blow something up, they would do a much better job than using fireworks that didn't work. It's making a statement. I mean, again, it sounds like somebody making a statement, but he's a huge Trump supporter according to his friends. Now some people are saying, who is it? Crystal? Crystal says she thinks PTSD, mental illness. PTSD in English is post-traumatic stress syndrome, or disorder. I went through it after 9/11 actually, but military people especially go through it. The loud shocks, the trauma, the loud noise, the explosions. I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, it freaks you out and you become hyper. I'm going to do a bad job explaining PTSD, but you become sort of hyper sensitized to everything going on around you. And you're almost at least for me, it was almost like being in a permanent state of panic after 9/11 here in Washington, D.C. And a lot of military folks go through this because of what they're going through. You know what I mean? What they're going through in the military, your life's at risk, your explosions all the time, things like that, right? But it's weird. Unless his family's wrong, but his family says he wasn't just a Trump supporter. He was a big Trump supporter, according to his family. Thank you, Marsha. Right? Right. We're saying he could have been depressed, marriage failing. I guess. What's weird to me is obviously PTSD could be an explanation, right? Depression leads to suicide. We know that. And it doesn't necessarily make sense, right? We know this from people who suffer from depression. That kind of depression will tell you, you get so depressed and there's almost there's not even a logical. I remember talking to people about this. Thank you, User 336. It was one of those national, suicide hotline day or whatever it's called. And people on Twitter were talking about this. And I asked people and I said, I don't understand. What is it? I suffered from depression or whatever, not like that, but like anxiety, depression kind of stuff. Well, that I understand. But I said, I don't quite understand this depression that leads to suicide and this kind of stuff. Is it that something happens? And I know it's physical, but I said, does something happen that sets you off? Is it like, oh my God, your marriage falls apart and because you suffer from depression, you think of killing yourself? And the interesting thing is, I was expecting people to tell me, yeah, that could be one of it, right? They said, no. They said, actually, it is very often you just boom. Like the silicon chip in your head, right? You go boom, and all of a sudden you're horrifically depressed. And there's, as Just Mel just said, you're truly blessed to not understand. That's just it. It's it's something irrational. Something just goes off and they feel worthless and horrible and you don't want to get out of bed or you want to kill yourself. And it doesn't make sense though, which is what's fascinating. Now, I would not be surprised if there could be triggering events, which Jaya is saying, or Hayasito. But what was interesting is how many people told me a triggering event was not necessary. That's what was interesting to me. Because I thought for sure, yeah, you get depressed, but then something happens and you blow it out of proportion because you suffer from depression. And they said, no, it literally could be absolutely nothing happens. Everything's fine, but you feel horrible. So, that could maybe explain why he would do this, but I still... Again, I almost don't want to, especially on the depression side, I don't want to conjecture too much because I feel bad for the guy to some degree, obviously, if he was depressed and everything. But even it just doesn't make sense to me, even if you were depressed, why you would take it out on Trump Tower in a Tesla if you were a Trump supporter. That's weird. It's very weird. And you could have assumed that. Again, assuming he did this, assuming he did it on purpose, assuming he intended the stuff in the back to go in flames, you would have also assumed that this could have caused some real damage to the hotel and people in it. to innocent people. This is very strange. It really is. I mean, anyway, we clearly need more information, but this half of the story is very strange. I'm still not really convinced it's terrorism. I don't know what it is. Luna, hopefully you're not getting too many ads on YouTube. I set it so that the ads are at a minimum, supposedly, but they're supposed to be at a minimum on YouTube. Anyway, very strange thing. Very strange thing. All right, guys. The second thing I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, the terrorist attack in New Orleans. So that was a terrorist attack, as I said. The man was raised in Texas, radicalized by ISIS. Oh, Biden did say something that was interesting today. So this is about the guy who. This was about the guy who ran his truck into the crowd in New Orleans, who was radicalized by. That was a terrorist attack, pretty clearly. Listen to what Biden said today. They've established that the attacker is the same person who planted the explosives in those ice coolers in 2 nearby locations in the French Quarter just a few hours before he rammed into the crowd with his vehicle. I did not see that he had planted explosives in ice coolers around town. They assessed, meaning the FBI assessed, he had a remote detonator in his vehicle to set off those 2 ice chests. So the guy in New Orleans that ran his truck into the crowd had actually put bombs around town in ice coolers that he planned to set off remotely. So that was, I mean, that's like pure, straight out, terrorism. That one, really crazy, just really crazy. Anyway, all right, let's move on to talk a little bit about Ukraine. Also, keep in mind, guys. So I moved the auctions to tonight. Our auctions end tonight. I saw somebody mention T-shirt, and I was thinking, oh, T-shirts, that's true. Who said, thank you, Norway Fox, for the gift. We've got a number of auction items over on Discord. Please go check them out at our Discord community. On YouTube, it's very easy. Just go to the description of the show, look for Discord, click it. On TikTok, you can go to my profile, click the Linktree link. And then if you are on an iPhone, look for the Discord link and push it down and hold it if you're on an iPhone, until a box opens up that says accept invite. Click it, go to Discord. If you're on a computer, if you're on anything else in principle, you should be able to just click the Discord link via my profile on TikTok. Click the Linktree link, look for Discord, click it. Bottom line is get to Discord, join our community. It's free, and you will be able to bid on the items. We've got a lot of cool stuff. I will tell you right now, I'm not going to show you, I'll show you the rest of it at the end of the show. But, my personal favorite item is this, which is Ukrainian trench art. It is the casing of Ukrainian mortar shell, and it's made of cardboard. And they painted it. It's just cardboard at this point. Now it's just cardboard, you can see. But they've painted it traditional Ukrainian design with a woman wearing the Ukrainian flag, but painted as almost a saint. And it's really cool, but it's from Ukraine. Very cool, Ukrainian military. So check that out. I'll show Klaas's calendar. Klaas made an AI calendar for fundraising for Ukraine. That's all sort of Ukrainian AI heroes. Oh, thank you, adventurers, for the gift there. So these are all sorts of, it's a very cool Ukrainian calendar. The other thing I'll show you briefly is we've also got a really cool Ukrainian t-shirt. Oh, you are here today, Klaas. Good. We've got a Ukrainian t-shirt that Vlad made for the folks who made our camouflage nets. In Ukraine. We've been raising money for camouflage nets for the Ukrainian military, and this is one of the t-shirts Vlad made, and it's honoring the volunteers. It says Moskovalna Sotnya, meaning, I guess, like the Camouflage 100, which is the name they gave to the volunteers making the camouflage nets. It then says Kharkovu Mir, Kharkiv Peace, shows a spider web. But it's a very cool camouflage shirt in blue. We've got a medium and a triple XL. They're the only 2 left. Medium and triple XL. So sorry about that for the sizes, because everything else we've given away. But there's only like 69 or 70 of these shirts in the world. So it's a very original shirt. Other items I'll show you later, but there's a lot of really cool auction items. Please do go check them out, guys. I think there's actually even the Patron sticker nobody's even bid on yet. It's a sticker, although it's kind of a cool, it's a thick, I don't know if you can tell, it's one of those thick kind of things. It's not just a sticker. It's a thick surface. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking stickers are like thin little things, but it's a Patron, the bomb sniffing dog, who's very famous in Ukraine. So The mediums, I think I tried it on. The medium is a true skinny medium. Like I wear between a medium and a large, and I could not fit the medium on. It was too small. So I would say it's a smallish medium. So, I mean, as an American, we're bigger than you guys in Europe, but still, certainly bigger than Asians. I wonder if it's well, let me show you guys. Hold on. I will show you. And no, they're saying sticker. It just simply says it's a Ukraine we will win sticker on the back. Ukraina was a переможне or whatever the expression is in Ukraine. Переможне. Yeah. It claims it's a sticker. So I don't know. But it definitely, hold on a second. Oh, I see. Actually, I just pulled it. I'm pulling it off right now because it's probably not a good idea, is it? Maybe. Oh, it does. Oh, I see. Hold on a second. I'm pulling it off the thing as we talk just to see if there's paper. I think, is there paper on the back? There's either paper on the back or it's not a very sticky sticker. Well, I pulled it off already. So it's a sticker. It's not a super, I wonder if it's one of those stickers you can take on and off. Because you see? And I can just stick it back on. Yeah. And now I've got it stuck back on the paper. I think it's a reapply. No, I think it's a sticker you can put on and off. I just took it on and off, and now it's back on here. So let's see. Anyway, it confuses me. Anyway, so go check out our auctions if you would. So Ukraine. Okay, some Ukraine news from the last couple of days. The Ukrainians using a boat drone downed 2 Russian helicopters, which was a huge deal. At first, the Ukrainians thought they destroyed 1 Russian helicopter. Now they've certified that, in fact, it was 2, which is pretty wild. I think that's pretty cool. The calendars, let's see if people want it first, Dutch. I have no idea if they want the calendars or not. Somebody did bid on it. We've still got a second one coming up. Let's see first if they want it, and then, or you mean you can get more stickers is what you meant. Let's see. Now it's used. Well, it came off on its own. Don't be mean. Thank you, German Maid, for the subscription. Anyway, thank you, Tom. What else we got going? Ukraine struck a Russian command post inside Kursk. Kursk is the territory of Ukraine, territory of Russia, that Ukraine has invaded and is occupying. So they hit a command post, which is a good thing. Finland's national electrical grid, or grid operator, I'm assuming electrical grid, thank you, Diana, is asking a court to seize the Russian oil tanker that is believed to have been the culprit cutting undersea electrical cables between Finland and Estonia. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. Recently, the Russians, pretty much it's always the Russians doing this, but they're now asking the court to seize the tanker until they get compensation from the Russians, which is very interesting. So anyway, honestly, guys, that's it for the news today. There isn't a ton of news. That is it for the news. So we can hang and chat, but wasn't anything else happen? Even Ukraine, there wasn't a ton of news really. So as I said, check out the auction items. What else do we have? Well, actually, there's a cool bracelet that's already, bracelet always does well. The bracelets are cool. Cool Ukrainian bracelet. Actually, it's, trying to tell, oops, Sasha wants more water. I will give you a touch of water. Oops, sorry. Ukrainian bracelet, leather, and it's got the Ukraine symbol on it, which is very nice. The trident. Oops, let me give my water a touch of my water. My dog a touch of water. 1 second, Sasha. Right, you get a touch. That's all you're getting here. There you go. All right. That's all you're getting at the moment, dog. All right. Woo. Oh boy. I'm actually thinking as the show goes on, I may try to. I want to put a pizza on. You'll have to remind me. Maybe remind me in 5 minutes to turn the oven on, because then I can put the pizza on. It'll cook 25 minutes. Thank you, Super Hornet. And it'll give me enough time. The speaker vote is tomorrow. Oh, that's interesting. Thank you, Jetta. I knew it was coming up. I didn't know it was tomorrow. But very interesting. A North Korean passport. Okay, Dutch, let's not talk here. Talk privately, but that would be very cool. That would be very cool. If it's real, I'd be very surprised, actually. That'd be very surprising if they could find one. Wow. Yeah, let's see. Very cool if you can find it. Romania and Bulgaria joined Schengen. I did not know that they hadn't joined before. So Schengen is the agreement where European Union countries allow free passage. So it's as if it's one country. So like once you arrive within the Schengen zone in Europe, like you arrive in France, You can then get on a flight to Greece, get on a flight to Germany. You're still within Europe. You're still within the same country, so to speak. So you don't have to show a passport. You may have to show an ID to get on the plane, right? But once you land, there's no passport check. Because I did this when I flew from Paris to Greece. There was no passport check, and I was like, "Oh, that's so weird." When I landed, it was a domestic flight. So I did not know. Do those guys only just join? Romania, you said, in Bulgaria? I had no idea. Oh, okay, that's news to me, but okay. They had joined the EU, that I knew, but they just joined Schengen. Okay, I did not know they just joined Schengen. Interesting. Okay, very interesting. Okay, well, that's cool. Very good news for them. I have no idea what you're talking about, Aaron. I mean, I have no idea what executive order that is. I have absolutely no idea. So sorry, but that's a little too esoteric for me. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, of course, right, because they've got to agree to the Schengen rules now. Yep. Oh, there was. I did see that actually. Adventures is mentioning there was a report earlier, but I didn't see any confirmation of it. Let me see. That dictator Assad in Syria, who is now hiding in Russia, may have been poisoned, but I don't believe it because it's all in bullshit papers. This is what I warned you guys about. Let me pull up where the stories are being written. And when it's only in crazy places, you shouldn't believe it. Newsweek. Newsweek is not Newsweek. Newsweek is now a crazy place. Newsweek is not a real news source. It used to be. Not anymore. They sold it. It's run by crazy people now. The Sun, British tabloid. Mint, never heard of it. Arab News, never heard of it. The New Arab, never heard of it. First Post, never heard of it. The Economic Times, pretty sure run by crazy people. Morocco World News speaks for itself. Mehr News Agency, sure. And the Daily Express, which is another British tabloid, I think. Those are the top 10 news sources saying Assad was poisoned. It's only crazy people saying he was poisoned. That means he wasn't poisoned. It was a bullshit story. I know, Mint cell phones. You could buy your cell phone and find out about the former dictator of Syria. So, yeah. Anyway, so yes, I would not believe that. I thought it was an interesting story when I heard it, but I would not believe the story since it's only being reported by crazy people. I say crazy people, meaning news sources that are not reputable first-line news sources. You know what I mean? If you'd have somebody else credible reporting on it at this point. You know. Anyway. Beep, 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 beep. So what else, guys? Bad tea, yes. Like I said, it's not a very busy news day now that we're sort of in the new I was going to say the new millennia, not really the new millennia. I am going to lean down because my back it's not bad, but it's actually better than it was. It still doesn't hurt, but it's the nerves are going off a bit. I bought one of those damn pillows. What a mistake. Those Tempur-Pedic pillows. Oh my God. It made my spinal problem worse. So pissed off. So it's inflamed a little bit now after using that stupid pillow one night. So what do you do? What do you do? Oh, let me turn my oven. That's a very good point. I'm going to turn my oven on 1 second. Thank you for reminding me they're running. 1 moment, because I'm going to set a pizza up for later because I'm starving. Let me grab this. All right. 425. Oops, bake. 1 second, guys. Boom. All right. There we go. We're good. All right. When the oven's ready, I will put the pizza on. Then we'll have a good 25 minutes and then 5 minutes to cool. So we have ample time here. Anyway, Assad's wife, who knows what's up with her? You know, she supposedly wants to leave him, but, you know, because Moscow's boring. Poor little wife of a dictator. Yeah, Chazak. Well, at least we got it for Christmas from Amazon, so we can return it. But I used it, wrapped it in its own little safe, thing. It's nice and clean. Thank you, running. But it hurt my neck the first. It exacerbated the problem. Like the tingling is worse now. It doesn't hurt, but it's definitely worse. I'm a little pissed off actually. So, not making that mistake again. What else? So I'm trying to think what else is going on. So it's New Year's. Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, I cut the cable tie today. I called Comcast, cut my cable. So I now am only getting Wi-Fi. I've cut my cable bill from $270 a month to $80. I am going to, thank you, Elizabeth. I'm also trying to buy my router and modem myself. I'm going to try that tomorrow. It should come in tomorrow. We'll see if it works. But I'm very happy. I bought YouTube TV, which means even if I pay for the router, even if I rent a router, I'm saving $110 a month, which is huge. I'm very excited about that. And my TV, YouTube TV works great. I get all the channels I want and it works great. Anyway, I'm making a big, what do you call it? A big promo for free, but I'm so happy. The routers, who knows what they are. I'm buying the Amazon Wi-Fi router, Wi-Fi modem. Wi-Fi, oh my God, I'm forgetting what the modem and the router is. Help me. Amazon Wi-Fi router, those EORs or whatever the hell they're called. And then one of the modems that they recommended. So yeah, I'm very excited. So, and saving $110 a month. Oh, Pedro, here it's horrific. Your internet is 10 euros a month. Yeah, mine's down to 80. And that's a deal. It should be 100, but they're giving me 80 for the next 2 years. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. It's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. Well, if it's router is the Wi-Fi, it's the Wi-Fi router, not Wi-Fi modem, right? It's a Wi-Fi router or Wi-Fi modem. Just call it Wi-Fi, and I'll know what you're talking about. Wi-Fi, it's Wi-Fi router, Wi-Fi modem. I can never tell which is which. And also what you described doesn't quite make sense, Wave. Your local network. Oh, router local network, you mean Wi-Fi. Okay, yeah. The modem, that's true. The modem is what used to sync. You're right, because the modems were those little things we used to have that would call in and stuff. Yeah. Very confusing. Yeah, no, I'm very excited. I mean, $110 a month. I'm like, yes. That makes me feel good. And next up, I'm going to cut my cell phone bill in half, and now will feel like a much better human being after that in general. Money's money. I mean, saving $1,000 on or over $1,000 on my cable bill a month, why not? So, Wi-Fi router, exactly. Yep. We'll see. I'm going to see if I can actually get them to work tomorrow. That's a whole other issue. So. Thank you, Timothy. So what else is going on, guys? We will hang and we will chat. That's interesting. I don't know. Is that true, Rob? Electoral college cannot be verified until a House Speaker is selected. Oh, that's interesting. Right. So it's a Wi-Fi router. There we go. Yep. Okay, guys. I got it. Ancient aliens. Oh my God, that drives me crazy. Gas has been cut off in Transnistria. I saw that. Yeah. Sorry. Feel bad for them, but what do you do? Oh. Why is Iran still trying to get nuclear weapons knowing Israel and the U.S. will attack them? Well, I mean, will they though? I mean, from even 20 years ago, when I was asking experts about this, they said it would be very difficult to stop Iran's nuclear program because the nuclear program, so much of it is inside mountains, like deep inside mountains, that you would not just have to bomb the hell out of the mountains. You would have to send in like 40,000 U.S. troops to invade Iran to actually go, mountain by mountain and basically take these things, take out the nuclear facilities. So it's not clear that Israel and the U.S. can stop Iran. Israel has nuclear weapons. They could do that, which would be pretty bad. Thank you, KT. But, the other thing is, if you're Iran or any other country, you're looking at what happened with Ukraine and you're going, you know what? Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons and it got attacked by Russia. Had Ukraine kept its nuclear weapons, Russia might not have attacked. B, Russia gets away with murder because it has nuclear weapons, right? There was actually, did I read this to you? This was a quote someone pulled from Bob Woodward's new book, War, about Biden and other things. And hang on, let me pull this up. And the quote is a staffer talking about Biden. Where is this? I'm hoping I don't have to go too far back to find this. I found it today. Here it is. Okay, there it is. I found it today. Let me read this to you. A quick excerpt from Bob Woodward's new book. And the funny part is, he literally quotes Biden, or it's another staffer quoting Biden, I think, but he quotes Biden saying exactly what I told you guys. Thank you, Carol. Actually, yeah, I'm starting up my Substack again, too, so please go check it out. Substack, I don't know how to frickin' find it. Aravosis. I used to call it cyber disobedience. I'm changing it to the Aravosis report. You can probably Google Aravosis Substack and you'll find it. But do go there and subscribe. It's free, though I certainly love people to buy a subscription. But I'm going to start doing at least one thing a week over on Substack. Listen to this. So this is from Bob Woodward's new book called War. All right. The Russia-Ukraine war presents a fundamental conundrum for the United States and the world, President Biden said to his national security advisor. Quote, this is Biden. If we do not fully succeed in ejecting Russia from Ukraine, we will have let Putin kind of get away with something, Biden said. If we do fully succeed in ejecting Russia from Ukraine, we face a very strong likelihood of nuclear use because Putin is not going to let himself be routed out of Ukraine without breaking the seal on tactical nuclear weapons. So we're stuck. Too much success is nukes. Too little success is kind of uncertain and definite outcome. The commander-in-chief concluded that's the strategic picture we're looking at and trying to navigate through right now. By example and experience, Biden was acknowledging that the world is not protected from the punishments and catastrophe of a great power war. The goal, unstated, this is Woodward concluding based on these Biden's comments. The goal, unstated but threaded through every action and policy, was to devise a way to try to get Putin to accept modified failure with a battlefield stalemate, or even better, for Putin to defeat himself. So in other words, Biden's goal was kind of a stalemate. I mean, the funny part is that he's even using the word stalemate, not Biden, but this is Woodward, the American journalist, because that's what I've been talking about. Biden wanted a tie. He was afraid of pissing off Putin if Putin lost. So anyway, kind of backed up what I was saying. I'm not happy about it, but I mean, I'm happy I was right, but I'm not happy I was right because it kind of screws Ukraine. But, you know, what do you do? Anyway, oh, man. Oh, boy. I don't know when that happened, Michelle. Sanctions on Russia and Iran for election interference? By whom and when? U.S.? I don't even remember us doing it. I mean, those are, you're not talking sanctions from 2016. I don't know. You've asked this before. I don't know what you're referring to, actually, to be honest. I mean, we've had sanctions forever on them. Are there more ones now on Iran? I don't even know, actually. Breaking news, it's Timothy Leary's birthday. Much more important topic. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Timothy. What? There's a news report on sanctions on Iran and Russia for election interference? We did sanctions this week? Well, let me see. I have been out of the picture this week. Hold on. Sanctions. Hold on. Iran, Russia election. Trump will probably. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're right. Hold on a second. 2 days ago. See, I didn't see this. This was New Year's Eve. The U.S. announced Tuesday that it is leveling sanctions on entities in Iran and Russia over attempted election interference. Treasury Department said the entities, a subordinate organization of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps and a Moscow-based affiliate of Russia's military intelligence agency, the GRU, attempted to interfere in the 2024 elections, blah, 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 blah. There's nothing in this story. The Treasury sanctions announcement Tuesday said that the named Cognitive Design Production Center plan. Oh my God, this is so stupid. I'm going to guess this is probably absolutely nothing. Okay. Okay, this sounds really stupid. So there's absolutely no details whatsoever in the AP story, which makes me wonder if there isn't much news there. So what do you do? Yeah, I'm not very impressed by at least the article I just read. So. That's the problem. What Cheswick just said. With certainly in Russia's case, there's so many sanctions already that it's not clear what they can do, and Iran's been facing sanctions forever. So my guess is there may not be a lot they could do. So, well, the only thing is, U.S. already admits there was interference in the election. I mean, we don't have, it's not like crazy land has taken over the U.S. yet. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised Biden would say that Iran and Russia tried to intervene in the election or interfere in the election. I thought we already knew that, actually. I don't think that was new. Was it? I didn't remember that being new. Um, oh, UN story for Tim. I don't think so, but nice try. So I don't think so. I also don't know if I have any other UN. I don't know that I have any other UN stories. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, Tim. You're not getting a UN story. That's not happening. Good try, though. Yes, I do not have numbness in my leg. I have tingling, a little bit of tingling and numbness in my finger, which, again, I'm going to an MD for. We did the back injections. We just did more injections in my spine, and we're going to see what happens. It can lead to nerve damage. The good thing is currently I'm not having pain, and currently I'm not having weakness. When you have pain and weakness, it is riskier. Let me grab my pizza and get it open. But nonetheless, that's why I went 2 days ago and got an injection in my spine from the expert, or 3 days ago. Thank you, Alan. 1 second, guys. Or 2 days ago, actually. 2 days ago? Yesterday? What the hell was it? I don't even remember now when I went. What day is today? Oops. Hello, pizza. Oops. Let me I'm going to open this while I talk to you. I went Tuesday. Is today Thursday already? Wow, today is Thursday. I went Tuesday. I am not taking my tree down for at least another week, and then we will debate that. But at least for a week, my tree is staying up. So, and since it's Thursday already, I will tell you, I will be doing my Saturday show. So for the paid subscribers, join us on Saturday. Actually, I'm pretty sure that Sunday is the paid super subscribers. The people who do like $24.99 a month and up on the various, on like what is it, on YouTube and Discord. So if I'm going to double check, but if that's the case, you all join us on Sunday, and the rest of you can join us on Saturday. For every subscriber is Saturday at 11 a.m. Every pay subscriber, Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, US. All right, so I'm opening this as I'm talking to you. I love these pizzas. Can I just say, it's again, I ought to get paid for these. This is not an advertisement, but I love this pizza. Screaming Sicilian Detroit style is to die for. I am very, very impressed by this pizza. Only problem is it's like a ridiculous amount of pepperoni. So I actually take off some of the pepperoni. Because, I mean, it's good, but it's like pure salt, this pepperoni, which I feel kind of, a part of me goes, should I really be eating this much salt? But it's really good. I'm going to go throw this in the oven. I'll show you the box again. 1 second. You throw it in the oven, and then we'll talk. Whoa. There we go. All right. 25 minutes. It's very good. It's Screaming Sicilian, and it's their Detroit style. There we go. Detroit style. Screaming Sicilian. They sell it. They should sell it all over the country. I think it's a national brand. Screaming Sicilian is okay overall. This Detroit style one, I think it's to die for. It basically, Detroit style is when you put cheese in the pan first and then put the crust on top of the cheese so that it cooks the cheese and makes it much crunchier. And oh my God. And cheese, when cheese is like brown and crunchy, oh my God. So it's a very good pizza. Ooh. I've never had even seen it before up until a couple months ago. It might be new. It's either new or it just, I never noticed it in Washington, but it's very good. You can see it when it's done. Yeah. Well, in principle, depends how hot it is, but yeah. My plants are happy. Thank you. Still, the Christmas cactuses are still flowering. Thank you, Mrs. Toad. Well, actually, this one is just starting to flower. This big one right here, you can see. The other ones are kind of getting finished. You can see a little bit of a white flower on the back one, but the one by me, this big one, is just starting to flower. So, will the house get a new speaker? Yeah. Well, there was one guy against him. I forgot if a second guy came out. It's hard because they've got such a small majority, the Republicans, that they're trying to pick a new top guy, for their majority party in the House of Representatives called the Speaker, and they're having a hard time. So hard to say. People are still talking about their cell phone and their internet accounts. Like I said, I'm at least glad. Thank you, Chazak, for the gift. I'm at least glad that I'm paying so much, $110 a month less. Big car. Are they still eating the cat? They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Unbelievable. I used to grow lots of orchids. I do not have orchids now, but I am a big fan of orchids, but I just hit too many, and I couldn't grow them here anyway. But I like orchids a lot. My food is ready. My food's not ready for another 23 minutes. Anyway. What else, guys? What else? Oh, man. Friday already. Ugh. And we're talking about snow next week, except now we're saying maybe the snow next week is going to be not either. It's going to be a lot of snow or not a lot of snow. So we don't quite know. Do I own a gun? That's an interesting question. I'm not going to answer that, I guess, just to keep people wondering. I'm not a big fan of guns being out there too much. I understand why people want them in this country to protect their homes, because this country is a little dangerous. But overall, not so thrilled about the prevalence of guns in America. It's been we have not handled it well. Medal of Freedom winners. I did see that. I didn't see who the other winners were. I saw that Biden, was it the Medal of Freedom? I always forget which medal it was, that Biden presented the top civilian honor to former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, Republican, who really stood up quite proudly against Trump and didn't get reelected to Congress pretty much because of it. And he gave her the top civilian award, which was very cool. So I didn't see who the other ones were today who got it, but I saw that she was one of them, which was neat. I would have mentioned that. I forgot. I wasn't thinking of mentioning that. But I guess I probably could have mentioned it for the show today. Sasha hates snow, Jens. Absolutely, positively hates it. She got a new haircut today, so she's looking good. We spent Christmas at my sister's house in the Chicago suburbs, and all of our family came, which was almost everybody. My nephew, one of the nephews, is in Arizona, so hard for him with a wife and 3 kids. A little expensive to come out, but most of us met at her house for Christmas, which was very nice. So we had a good time. I like snow. I don't like it nonstop, but I like snow. Fly, it's too far to drive. It's like 12 to 14-hour drive. For me alone, it's a bit much, with the dog especially, because I'd have to go slower. Yeah, what did happen to those drone sightings, Toothless? So yeah, we had all those reports of drones, and now they're all gone. How interesting. His brother, Sirpachi. Now it's like, oh well, no more drone sightings. Either somebody turned the drones off, or maybe people were being kind of hysterical. It is pretty funny, actually, because like suddenly they moved on, like, okay, no more. I think people were being hysterical. I really do. So I am not surprised the drone sightings went away. Like I said, I thought people were just being silly. I'll lower this a little bit so you can see me better. I'm leaning back a little because my nerves are still bothering. They're not really, well, it's the back problem, but they're sort of triggering in my arm. It doesn't hurt now. Now it's more just the tingling, but I'm still trying not to upset them when I sit up. But much better. I mean, the pain's gone, which is way better. So that's a good thing. Motion sickness? I don't trust a chiropractor, not with this. This is, I know the medical term, but a pinched nerve, I guess you'd call it. I don't trust a chiropractor screwing around with my spine. I really don't. I mean, it might help, but like, what else? Ooh, now I can already smell the pizza, even though it's got another 18 minutes maybe to go. Trying to see, 17 minutes to go. Pizza. Your Slovak prime minister visited Putin, then threatened Ukraine. What a surprise. Oh, he's an idiot. Fico, was it Fico, or is he? Oh, he's the president. Is Fico the president and somebody else is your prime minister, David? But yeah, they're idiots. They're Putin suck-ups. It's sad. TikTok videos of chiropractors. That's funny. Oh, thank you, Dog Named Eli, for subscribing on TikTok. I appreciate that. Keep the gifts coming, guys, on TikTok. Subscriptions very welcome too, TikTok and Ukraine. My take on the Russian economy is the Russian economy has clearly been hurt by the sanctions, but we knew from the beginning, and Biden had said from the beginning, that the sanctions were not going to change Russia's mind. But the idea was to make it harder for Russia to commit war against Ukraine, and we have. By punishing the economy, you make it harder for Russia to get enough money to actually keep the war going, which is good. They're paying a price as far as a penalty, which is good too, punishment. It sends the message to China. China has to worry. China has to worry whether it's worth it to invade Taiwan, because knowing that they may face similar sanctions to what Russia faced. Chinese economy cannot handle what Russia went through with the economies. Oh, Fitzo is the prime minister. Okay, yeah. Okay, thanks, David and Gunther. So yeah. Up Wave. Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you, Jens. Jens gifted a membership that Wave Icicle or Eichel. Wave Eichel or Icicle. I'm not sure what you mean by the name there. Wave. I'll call you Wave. That Wave got. Excellent. Feel free to join us on Saturday. Actually, you can join us here on YouTube directly. It's probably easier. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, U.S. EU is not happy about, I'm sure, about him visiting a wavicle. Oh, a wavicle. That's cute. I'd never heard the term for a wave and a particle. That's funny. That's funny. You are light. I'd never heard it called a wavicle before. That's very funny. I was like, wavicle. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, the Chinese economy also cannot really afford, it's been slowing down. Now, for the rest of us, we'd think the economy was doing well, growing at 5% or whatever it is. But the Chinese economy traditionally was growing 8 or 10% a year, which it needed because the country's so big and so much of the country is still poor relatively. They're in trouble that it's already back to 5%, and they really can't afford sanctions cutting into the Chinese economy more, which would happen if they did invade Taiwan. So, I saw Frog Milk. I looked at the story. It's a little confusing, actually. This story about Ukraine cutting gas supplies to Europe. I was looking into it. And I didn't even talk about it because, honestly, it's a little confusing. There was still natural gas crossing Ukraine to go into Europe, but most of it was already cut off anyway. The Europeans had moved on. The only countries still getting it are Austria, I think, and maybe Austria, Slovakia, and somebody else. And at least Austria, maybe Hungary, I think, but at least Austria had moved on to another supplier. Hungary is getting the supply via a different pipeline, so they're okay. And Slovakia is, we don't like the Slovakian guy. Unfortunately, he's an idiot. So it's really only hurting Transnistria now, from what I was reading. It's a very confusing issue. So it's not clear that it really matters. It's just not clear that it's really mattered. So Hungary, Slovakia, but Austria too, from what I read, Dutch. But the Austrians, it would have affected the Austrians, but they cut themselves off. They weaned themselves from the Ukraine, from the pipeline, Russian oil coming through or natural gas coming through the pipeline. So technically, we would both be correct technically that it's not affecting Austria because it would have affected Austria, but Austria already weaned itself. And poor Transnistria is screwed. Yeah, I don't trust the Austrians either, unfortunately. They have shown, very untrustworthy. The Austrians are the center of Russian spying and have been forever. It's a little scary. Ash, I'm not sure what you're talking about. What else? Pizza, still 11 minutes. It smells damn good though. So good. What else, guys? It is 7:00. We have another 10 minutes before my pizza's ready, and then another 5 minutes before it cools sufficiently. So we may still talk until then. What else is going on? I don't remember. I cut my cable bill. I'm very excited, as I said. Oh, that's right. The thumbs up for YouTube. Oh, it's the iPhone. Not YouTube. New Year's goals. I don't really do that. The death row thing was interesting. Yeah, Biden commuted the death sentences for most of the death row inmates and gave them life sentences instead, other than a handful, which, I'm fine with. I'm not super anti-death penalty, to be honest, as an American. But at the same time, If somebody gets life in prison, it's fine. With no chance of parole, it's fine with me, right? I mean, locking somebody up for life versus killing them. I mean, I'm not going to say, oh my God, justice was not served if they're locked up for life. Politically, it may not look good with Republicans, but I mean, I will admit the death penalty thing does worry me when I hear about these cases where people are wrongfully convicted. That freaks me out because nobody should ever wrongfully get the death penalty. Thank you, Jess. If you wrongfully get the death penalty, then you don't deserve to have a death penalty. The inhalers cost here versus France depends what you mean. I never bought the inhaler in France. What's it called? The inhaler in France. I'm forgetting, but we call it albuterol here. Just the one you take when you're not feeling well for breathing. I traveled there to get Advair and other drugs, which in France and maybe Europe overall was called Seretide. That was one of them. The other one was I'm trying to remember. It was not a rescue inhaler. No, the question I was asking was what they call the rescue inhaler in France. Correct. But I'm forgetting what it's called now. But the ones I was getting was actually asthma drugs like Advair, which is Seretide. The other one, there were a couple other asthma drugs I got. I'm forgetting what they were over there. Symbicort was one of them for a while. Yep, Symbicort, which again I don't remember in France what it's called. But the albuterol, which I'm forgetting what albuterol is called in France. I don't know if Alexa could. Ventolin. Gunther knows. Gunther knows all. Ventolin. That's exactly what it is. Yep. So, but usually I don't know if I ever got my albuterol in France. Ridiculously cheaper. It was at the time. I was paying $250 to $350 US here for my Advair, which is Seretide. In France, I was paying 37 to 40 euros for it, which at the time was almost equal to dollars. So it was about 5 times the difference, 5 to 6 times more expensive in the US than it was in France. Ridiculously. I mean, ridiculously. Yeah. Or seven actually. I think it might have even been 7. It was crazy. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. So what do you do? But yes, much cheaper in France. And the thing what the France does is the government negotiates prices. It's not even subsidies. The government just negotiates the prices they say, you know what? We've got a national healthcare system. If you want access to it, you can pay for it by lowering prices. They made them lower the prices, and then they just charge Americans more because we don't make them lower the prices, Exactly. Billionaires are starving. But yes, negotiating a very capitalist concept, I will say, not even admit, I will say. But, I-85? No, what's happening at I-85? And where is I-85? Most drugs are cheaper elsewhere than they are in the U.S. It's ridiculous. What we pay here is horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's terrible. Our generics are good, but otherwise, forget it. Generics tend to be good prices here. My nose is itching, but otherwise, very high prices. What else, guys? Anything else or what? We don't have to keep going, but South Carolina, another bomb threat in a semi. But where in South Carolina? What do you mean? Even the pharmacists were embarrassed with the price. Pharmacist where? Thank you, JPT. Yeah, in France, every summer I'd go in France and I'd go to the pharmacist. She remembers. She's like, the American. She even told one of her coworkers, she goes, this American comes to France and buys drugs here because they're cheaper than in America. And of course, to them, their mind was blown because they're thinking America, we're all rich, that we're a rich country, everybody makes a lot of money. And she's like, you come here to buy your drugs? I was like, yeah, it's like 10 times cheaper, 5 to 10 times cheaper. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Wavical. Good to see you. See, I'm getting you right now, Wavical. The Luigi movement has died off too. Yes, because people get bored in this country very fast. they've moved on from drones and they've moved on from Luigi, which is interesting. Now, when Luigi's trial and stuff comes up, thank you, Jeremy, thank you, Super Hornet, they'll pay attention again. The trial may not be for a year. I wouldn't be surprised. Thank you, Randy Fred, for the gift. So, we may get occasional Luigi updates, but okay. If anybody on YouTube can gift Rick a 1-month membership, that would be nice. He's asking politely. If anybody can afford to do that, that would be very nice of you on YouTube, Rick Orr. Thank you, user 336. Good to see you as always for the gift. What else? Thank you, Mrs. Toad. I do like those flowers. Those flowers are very Ukrainian flowers, which are nice. I like those. Anyway, because I got the oven on, it's making my nose clog a little bit. All right, I shall, Ashley. That is the Pizza Big Hawk. That is correct. Oh, it's not letting Ashley bid on the thing? Oh, God. Okay, that's weird. Is that actually? I don't know what you're talking. Is that what you had me looking at, or what? The Patron sticker. Are you bidding the wrong amount? You've got to bid the minimum, $15. Although maybe it's $18. The way it works on there. How much were you bidding? I don't know. How much were you trying to bid? Or did you try to bid 18? Because that can be an issue. It won't let you type in the comment box. So Ashley's having a problem bidding on the Patron sticker. It's letting me bid. I mean, I could put 15, but I hate to outbid somebody else. It's letting me bid. Something's wrong with your computer, I would suspect, actually. I used to go to France every summer. I've not been in a long time now, though. I do love France. Yeah, it's just not letting her bid. It's not letting her type in the box, which makes me think there's something wrong with your computer or your phone. You need to close that stuff. You need to close Discord out entirely and relaunch it. It may be your if you can't even type in the box, that sounds like it's your thing that's screwing up, most likely. Amanda, because I would go to France every summer, so I had a local doctor that I used to get my allergy shots. And I told the local doctor, can you give me prescriptions for my medicine so I can buy a bunch for the year? And she said, sure. What do you take? Which I love that in France. I mean, it was pretty cool. A local doctor going, sure, what are you on? Well, I'm on Advair, I'm on Symbicort, and she was like, and I think whatchamacallit was not yet generic. The allergy pill that's good for your lungs was not yet generic at that point. Actually, you're right. It is a VIP auction, Ash. Oh, it's a VIP auction, and Syndicate didn't make it open to. How much do you want to bet Syndicate didn't make it open for mods to bid? How much do you want to bet? I'm going to look here right now. This is not going to be easy for me to try to do right now. I will bet you. Hold on, let me look here. Where are the moderators? I don't think he added the moderators. Cindy, what did you do? I'm trying to look here and see, actually, where is the stupid thing? Overview? Now it's confusing me. Permissions? I hate this. Yeah. It's not letting the mods in. I don't quite remember how to do this anymore, though. I don't understand how to add the that's the problem, though. Edit category, will that matter? Permissions? Read message history. What is this? What is this? Private category. I don't understand what this is doing. I don't understand. I totally no longer can figure out how to add people to this category, and I don't know why. It's not letting me add people. This is a Syndicate problem. Ash, you need to act Syndicate. Claritin, I don't remember which one it was. It's in my thing. It's a generic. I only know the generics anyway. I don't know the prescription names. Thank you, Harriam. That's what's going on, Ash. You need to @syndicate. Actually, what you need to do is do your own little help thing. But that's what's going on. And I have no idea how to make it. I used to know, but now I can't figure out in the permissions. Oh, there it is. Add a role. Okay, moderator. I don't think that's. Let me see here. Hang on a second. Hang on. All right, send messages, add reactions, use external, read message history, use application commands. That's what we're looking for. Moderator. Hang on. Use application commands. Send messages. Hold on. Add reactions. I don't know that we care. Emoji, use external stickers. Read message history. And here we go. All right. Try it now, Ash. Sorry, everybody. We're trying to help Ashley bid. Try it now. Well, no, I only made that for the Patron one, but I added moderators overall. The problem is if moderators are different things, then we're screwed. Then we have to go through each moderator, which is not going to be fun. But if there's only one kind of moderator, we should be okay. Let me look here. Mod. Tell me there aren't multiple mods. I'm not even seeing this. Oh God, that's Discord moderator. Oh, just really? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh God. YouTube moderator, TikTok moderator. Oh my God. Okay, TikTok moderator, same thing. View channel. Oh my God, Syndicate, I'm going to kill you. He left you guys off of each category, which I've got to do each one individually, which I do not like. I shouldn't say this. He may not have done it. I think he did it though. I think he did. All right, Ash, depending which moderator you are, you might be able to do this now. All right. That's 2. Can you do it now, Ashley, or not? It worked. Okay. Well, that's only for that one, though. It's got to be for the section overall, and I don't know what the hell that's about. Oh, permissions. Oh, I see. Hang on. Permissions. All right. Discord moderator. Let me do this again. Discord moderator. Send messages. Add links, attach files, add reactions. All right. In principle, I'm setting this up for future times here. Read message history. And where is this? Use application. All right. That's Discord moderator. Excellent. Now, the other one is, I'll have to get the rest of you set up. YouTube moderator. No, that was, wait, who did I just do? Discord. YouTube. This is it is the most, pizza, one moment. It's the most painstaking process out there making this thing work. All right. 1 second, you guys. Yeah, no, that's pretty good, actually. I think that is pretty good. Probably. Yes. Oh, yes. Indeed. Oops. Turn off the oven. All right. Since somebody wanted to see, so this is what it looks like. Beep. So you can hopefully see like around the edges how it's kind of crispy because the cheese gets really crispy around the edges. I don't want to like have this dump. I can imagine this pizza dumping out on the floor in front of me, which would be a bad thing. All right. There we go. All right. Time for boom. All right. That should be sufficient. Yeah, that should be sufficient. All right. All right. We set another timer for 5 minutes, and then I'm eating. 5 minutes. It's very good. Yeah, it's a very good pizza. Okay, YouTube moderator. Sorry, guys. I'm getting this now set up for all the mods to be able to bid since we had left them out of here. That's a bad thing. Connect, speak, video, mute members, use application commands. Okay. All right, that's 2. YouTube moderator, Discord moderator, YouTube moderator, Discord moderator, TikTok moderator, view channels. Oh my God, this is fun. Hang on, send messages. Bedley's attached files. All right, almost done here at the mods. Yeah, he must have just left somebody out by accident. It's okay. Not his fault. He's our little guru. Use application commands. Boom. And then the last one is Twitch moderator, I think is the last one. Yeah. I think Twitch is the last one. Okay. Boom. You again. All right. Send messages. Almost there. I had no idea. Chip. All right. Read message history and, well, Ash, I'm glad. I mean, thank you for bidding anyway, but I'm glad Ashley did that because who knew the mods were cut out from bidding? Oops. Yep, Ashley's there now. All right. So our mortar shell, cool thing is 8 minutes to the mortar shell thing. All right. The calendar done in 43 minutes. The Ukrainian earrings. Serpachi, thank you for bidding on that. Will be done in an hour. The camouflage shirt done in an hour for Laka so far. The Serpachi, thank you, bidding on the Bayraktar model. Ashley for the sticker, and Jens for the bracelet. All right. Well, that's good. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. All right. You done, kiddo? It's called. This kind of cracks me up. Sasha now goes outside and looks for sticks. And I took advantage of the weather being warmer and I cleaned the entire balcony. So now there's no more sticks. I'm like, no, she would go out there and she would just like eat sticks, come back in, carrying them. There isn't much of a summary today. There isn't really much news today, to be honest. I mean, there just isn't. We talked a lot about the terrorist stuff, which is really weird because it's not even clear. I'm looking here to see what she's doing. She's looking for fervently and furtively for for sticks, but she's not getting out. I'm making sure she's not too cold because it is a little cold out here today. 36 degrees. She should not be out long. Sasha, I know there's no sticks. You ready? Yep, come on in. No sticks. I know. She's cute. She's like walking towards the door and she keeps bending down trying to pick stuff up. No sticks for you. Sorry. Oi, what is this? Hey, yeah. Anyway, oh my gosh. Woo. Oh, yeah, I'm not terrified about that. Yeah, I do. Actually, when it snows, I do shovel like a little lane so she can still go on the balcony and get out of the house. Yeah. I shovel. I sweep. I don't have a shovel. I sweep it. I get my broom and I sweep like my balcony. So, because otherwise, I mean, at least she goes on my balcony. It gives her a sense of being outside. Otherwise, like I've got to take her for a walk, which I hate doing in this weather. I mean, it's not so bad. It's cold today though, which I'm not thrilled about. But yes, I did that before with the broom. I swept her a path. It was very funny. She's crawling back into her bed again. Oh, you put down cardboard and then you lift the cardboard. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I didn't think that is cute actually. She did get a haircut today. Yeah, that's cute. So you put the cardboard down just to compress it and then bring it up again. YouTube. Okay. Wavical. The way you connect the YouTube with Discord is if you're already in. I mean, you have to become a member of my Discord community. First of all, you don't have to. If you're on YouTube, obviously you can access the weekend show. If you want to access the VIP auctions, you go to Discord. You have to have an account. You have to have joined my forum. Assuming you're already there, go into your settings and look for connections. And under connections, one of the connections you'll see is YouTube. And you basically will go there and it'll have you log into your YouTube account. And it logs into your YouTube account and tells Discord, that's it. But you're actually logging into YouTube and you're telling YouTube, share the credentials here so Discord recognizes you. All right, guys. Another minute or two and then I'm going to go so I can eat. But that should work. And since it's a gift membership, I think you got a gift membership, it'll last for a month. But for the weekend show, you can join us here on Discord, on YouTube. It's probably easier anyway. After 3 feet, I can imagine. Yeah. put the cardboard down before the snow, but then the cardboard gets covered. That doesn't help. I think he's talking about putting the cardboard down and you push down so it creates like something the dogs can walk on versus stepping in the snow and going, ah. Sasha hates, oh my God, she hates snow. So bad. So bad. It is pizza time. Yes, I'm going to get going, guys. Hopefully Wavicle is able to figure it out. If not, we can, do it tomorrow. Although there are some VIP auctions tonight you can still check out. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank you for joining. It's been an hour 20. We did pretty well today. Yeah, but see, my hand is still tingling. That freaking pillow screwed me up. Just looking here. Oh, you did it. Okay, excellent. That's good. Thank you. I'm glad to hear it, Wavicle. Yes, since you already know Discord, it's not hard. People who don't know Discord, that's a whole other issue. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, because I find Discord a little complicated, but what do you do? Thank you. Who was that for the 2025? Thank you, Annie. All right. And as I said, I've got my Substack set up again. I guess you can just Google Aravosis and Substack and it should come up. But I do have that. I'm going to be doing at least weekly updates there since I've not been doing that for a while. And people were very nicely still supporting me just to support my work here. But I thought, it's time to start writing on Substack. Not to sound like Donald Trump. It's time. I'm going to try this and just see Aravosis Substack. And it ought to come. It's the first thing. I used to call it cyber disobedience. It's still cyber disobedience. But I need to go and maybe change the name. I changed it, but I may need to go change it in the social media spots. I'll have to check that out. I will have to go to my settings and see what I can do. Make sure there's nothing else in there that I left. Anyway, all right, guys. That is it for now. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to go so I can have my pizza, which my pizza is hopefully the right temperature now. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Randy Fred. Russell, thanks for joining us, but we're signing off. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. I think I'm in the Midwest still. 6 o'clock Eastern time, US. And otherwise, Saturday morning for the all paid subscribers, Saturday morning, 11 a.m. $25 or $24.99 and up paid subscribers Sunday morning. So check us out as well. Jens, I think that would be you and a couple other folks. All right, guys, have a good evening. Thanks for joining us. Glad to be back in more ways than one. All right, bye, guys. And you all